Oh boy, what a day it has been. Slicing up water bottles, slicing up ballistics gel, slicing up a woman's head. What? Sorry.
Totally spoilering like everything because you probably won't have that video out before this one.
You're probably right. So disregard what I just said. Yeah, hide the evidence. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, no, yes, no. Okay, so yeah. We are here at Primary Studios in Roan's Suite, as we're coming to call it right now.
It's a loft.
A loft. Okay, so Roan's...
I took out all the ceilings so I could get the industrial feel, just so I could call it a loft.
Roan's Loft. Okay.
But it's not very lofty.
No.
It's not very high up.
Yeah.
Lofts are like second stories on the...
Yeah, well, so we're in Roan's loft / suite / apartment / complex, and we are going to be watching the Toy Story 4 official trailer. So yeah, this is gonna be be fun.
Correct me if I'm pretty sure I have this right. In Toy Story 3, all of the main characters burned to death in that trash pile. So
yes,
these should be totally new characters.
Entirely new toys.
Yeah,
entirely new
just
toys.
Different copies.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, and hell, Andy burned up with them. Yeah, he dove in trying to save. He's like, my toys! Ah! Just dead, just fucking dead. But anyway,
Got dark.
oh yeah, one of the darkest movie endings I think I've ever seen. Is that I don't know why they just showed a black screen. I mean that's as dark as you can get right there. All right, so yeah, we got the Toy Story 4 trailer queued up here. Let's give it a watch. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
He's a spook. Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
Woody, we have a situation.
I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Buzz, we've got to get Forky.
Ow.
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Been there.
Bo, Forky, come on. Bo?
Bo?
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Hey, Gabby.
Yes, you can. Boy.
Oh, that's sturdy.
Bo, what are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
We have to find them. What do we do, Buzz?
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
You know, you've handled this lost toy life better than I could.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home, Forky.
I'm coming!
On my way, Woody!
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah,
Don't let Woody leave.
Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard.
Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
Comes out the day before my birthday. So, okay. I'm going to make myself feel old here for just a little bit. I was 7 years old when the first film came out. 7. I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 whenever probably 31 when I watch this. I hate myself for being old. I really do. I hate
You
it.
don't say that shit about Star Wars.
Of course I don't say shit about Star Wars. That shit came out before I was even born. I mean, honestly, dude, I wasn't even born when the original trilogy came out.
Oh, yeah.
None of us were. No one in this room was born when the original trilogy. It's because that's a timeless thing. And you see, I guarantee you, my parents had the same thing. Whenever my parents sat down and watched Star Wars with me, I bet you $1,000 they were just like, "Oh my God, I'm old now." Because you have those realizations. You have those realizations that you're not a kid anymore. You're never going to experience something for the first time again.
The thing is, like with Toy Story 3, I'm trying to. When did that come out?
2009.
Okay, so
2010. Sorry,
yeah,
2010.
So I was coming up on 20, probably. I was probably already 20 at that point. The only reason I really wanted to go see it was just kind of out of nostalgia. So.
Well, I watched it and I had that moment at the end where I was just like, oh, because I grew up with those toys. I grew up with Woody and Buzz and the aliens and Mr. Potato Head, and honestly, it fluttered. The memories fluttered by just like butterflies. It was just like, oh, it's like you don't want to like catch them or anything like that. You just want to enjoy them and see them as they go by because they're going to affect other people's lives. Because you see. That's one reason why I hate hipsters so much is because they're just like, I liked it before it was cool. It's like, good for you. Now piss off to the back of the soup line there, Crocs. Okay.
Because nobody cares if you liked it before it was cool. Why should that take the entertainment away from someone else liking it?
Exactly. I mean, just because you're the first to something, and look, I know in your mind you think, oh, it's only pure if I only enjoy it. Fuck you. Screw off. I mean, if you think that you solely enjoying something while everyone else is not privy to its existence, then you are a sad, pathetic human being. I'm sorry to say, but you are. I mean, if like for me, I see this right here, and I see I go back to being 7 years old, and my parents taking me into the theater to watch Toy Story, and just sitting down there and seeing okay, first of all, the theater was very crappy because you know how most theaters have like an incline like this, about there. So I pretty much had to stand up in my seat if some big lurch son of a bitch sat in front of me. I pretty much just had to be like, and it was difficult. But yeah, that was a hell of a time when I was a kid. So, in terms of ranking the Toy Story films, my favorite's probably the second one. Yeah. Just because of animation, story-wise, and in terms of how much fun that film was.
Dude, those fucking toys like ran up onto a fucking airplane.
Yes, that was epic. that was beyond epic. My second favorite's the first one. Third favorite, by no means putting in a bad section. The third one, I wonder where this one's going to stand for me, because if I've learned anything, it's that Pixar for the most part knows how to make pretty good sequels, except for car movies, which yeah, that one just
get her done.
They depended way too much on Larry the Cable Guy for the sequel. They're just like, oh my gosh, this guy's so funny. We'll be able to sell so many toys off of this. And then all of a sudden it was just like I'm a secret agent and this all
the first Cars was good.
It was okay.
The second one, they kind of went a little crazy.
Third one I thought was actually really good. Was actually pretty good. Although third one's okay. It's nothing like I was expecting it to be some sort of big finishing thing for the entire series, but turns out it's just, they left the door open
for more money,
for more if they wanted to, but doesn't look like they're going to continue it. And also, this is going to be the first film without John Lasseter at Pixar. Well, first one released. He was here for most of the production, but he recently got let go and has now taken a job at another animation studio. And honestly, I hope John Lasseter finds success, because he's always been one of my favorite animators and always one of my favorite people, because when he took over as head of Pixar, that's when they started making Toy Story, Bug's Life, all these great films. And then when he took over Walt Disney Animation Studios, and then that's when you had like the big time revival that you've had now. You've had The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Frozen, all these great.
Still haven't seen Frozen.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of musicals, but
okay, it's not as much a musical as it is just like it's okay. Go into it like a classic Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. That's how you just need to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Just classic fairy tale. But I know that there was some falling out whenever he left because apparently there were allegations against him because according to John, everything that has been said, he's a hugger. He likes to hug, this and that, and in the modern day where outrage culture and everything, a hug that is not known to the person who's receiving it, they can sometimes see that as something bad.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, Damien? So we're just discussing Toy Story 4, which just
Didn't even know they were planning a Toy Story 4.
Yep, and just watched the trailer for it. Looks interesting. Looks pretty interesting. So I guess that's really all I got to say on that. Anything else y'all want to add, or?
Not for sure. Like I've said, I can't actually remember if I ever even saw 3. Because I only know I saw 1 and 2 for sure. I think I saw.
I don't even
3,
know if
but
I
just
saw the
can't
second
remember.
one.
Second one, in my opinion, is better than the first one.
I know I've seen the first one. I might have seen the second one.
Second one's where
the third one I definitely didn't see, but I heard it was basically the same as the other two.
No.
But I mean, as far as the actual not the specific plot, but as far as the structure of the plot.
the characters get lost
Yeah.
from their honor, and they got to find their way back. And
It's just the same.
but
as
it
the
kind
other.
of went off in a different.
It is.
path.
It is. But at the same time, it's letting go. The third one has a theme of letting go and moving on with one's
Yeah.
life, and I like that about the third one.
Tom Hanks
But-
definitely sounded pretty cool in this one. I mean, it
Oh, yeah.
definitely got deep there at the points.
Yeah. Well,
How old is Tom Hanks now?
It's got to be in his 50s.
he's in his 1956, I think, when he was born. So he's actually in his 60s. Actually, let's Google that real quick. How old is Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
so
go.
excited to see it just because of Key and Peele being in it. So.
Yeah, Key and Peele is in it.
Oh, yeah.
The two.
Yeah, they're the two. Yep,
circus
1956.
animal thing,
He is 62 years old.
Hmm.
And you know what his next?
Damn, I thought it was a lot older. Man.
You know what his next film coming up is? He's going to be playing Mr. Rogers. Oh God. Well, I like Mr. Rogers. I think Mr. Rogers.
I've never seen Mr. Rogers.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers was one of the most kind.
There's going to be a
Unfortunately,
film.
Yep.
I am not the go-to source for pop culture references.
Well, he's not really pop culture. He was like he was a public television icon. He taught kids that a bunch of people only see him as it's like you have an imaginary world that you can escape to anytime you want to. But in truth, he actually did a whole segment on divorce, death, a bunch of heavy topics, and found ways to explain it to kids that kids could actually understand it. And it was actually really cool.
He's the Bob Ross of kids television, basically.
Yeah, actually, him and Bob Ross. There was actually a fabled meeting between those two that was reported on, but
Did they never actually? I'm assuming they met at some point.
I don't think they ever. They said that they did, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
That actually would be. I think the world would have just exploded from the amount of kindness in the room, because those two were just the two nicest people. Bob Ross beating the devil out of his paintbrushes, and then Mr. Rogers being "Well, that's very nice of you, Bob.
Interesting
Mind
thing
showing
is,
me how to paint like that?"
Bob Ross, I believe, was in the Air Force for quite a while.
Yeah, he was a drill sergeant actually, and he actually retired from the Air Force and wanted to take a job where he never would have to yell again.
Yeah.
And
His
Understandable.
voice was probably gone forever. That's probably why he spoke so
probably, well, yeah, and he had a very enriched voice too, a very weathered voice. You could tell that he'd already been through a lot whenever he first started doing his paintings and all that. Whereas Mr. Rogers actually had a moment where he went before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court was actually about to cut federal funding for public television, but it sat at about $22 million. Mr. Rogers went there and gave a speech that actually made the politicians smile and made them just like understand like how important it is to like give children good programming to watch and all that, have the option to watch. And he actually got funding increased from 22 million to like 40 million because of just how good his speech was. So there you go. A lot of public access, a lot of public television owes a lot to Mr. Rogers.
The only stuff that as I recall, watching as a tiny little kid was Barney and Thomas the Tank Engine.
Don't forget the Pokemon movie.
That.
Do do do
We don't
do
talk.
do 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 do. You know, there's actually a mod in Resident Evil 2 that actually allows. There's two.
Isn't that the gonna go?
Mr. X. Well, there's one where the Thomas the Tank Engine theme replaced. It's like whenever he first appears, it's like do 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 do.
One of my favorite mods is
Jesus
when
Christ.
Skyrim got the mod for the Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh God, it's the
dragons.
dragon. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Randy Savage dragons.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I hate
They
that.
fly around
Yeah.
going,
Like
I'm gonna get you!
It's like
The room ones.
Joe Mendes is coming from.
There's ones for the room where it has.
Tommy
what's-
was so
yeah,
hoarse.
Oh, hi,
Tom-
Mark.
yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. And then, of course, there's actually one that they did. It was My Little Pony stuff in it.
God.
And it was hilarious because actually Achievement Hunter did one where it was Ray and Michael who were quote-unquote bronies. And they were just like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's Rainbow Sparkle. No, Celeste, get the fuck out of here. It's like, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, Derpy Hooves. I love Derpy Hooves. And then all of a sudden, Ryan, who's doing the footage, shows one of the ponies getting decapitated, and blood goes everywhere.
Yeah,
and they both go, no! And then Michael flips out and like goes to try and find Ryan. He's like, you can hear him in the background. He's like, Ryan, God damn it, what did you do?
They have a mod for that same thing for containment breach as well.
Really?
Yeah, which makes you terrified of fucking My Little Pony.
I heard there's also one for Left 4 Dead where it's like all the zombies are pretty much terror-strong going, it's like, sunshine sparkle. I was like, Jesus, no. Brrr, just like blow them away.
Alright, well, we are.
Yeah, we ran way over. We are, wow. Actually, I think we're more than almost 20 minutes in on this. So, yeah, we cannot stop talking, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to do it for this reaction video. This was Toy Story 4 official trailer. Hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, I'm Nate.
And Nick,
I'm wrong.
I'm Damien.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.